Right, so we forgot to do an intro or explanation of what went on the dyno day with this car, so I figured I should probably do one. So we took the car to JDR, we got it tuned, we got it running, we got some dyno figures, and yeah, this video is basically going to run you through the process that we did, our little fault finding process on diagnosing dramas that we were having, our rough idle. We were having boost dramas, we were having cutting dramas, and yeah, that pretty much gives you a good rundown. Enjoy the video, and you know, please support us. We're trying to make this work.
Yeah. It's got fuel codes, trim codes, so we've cleared them and fixed. Other than that, ABS, we've got 4 codes and it says all refer OEM, so we don't know what they are at the moment, but we'll look up the codes and work that out later. Fuel trim codes should be fixed by tune, I would imagine. Yeah. See what else is just left unplugged or leaving air leaking like that. It was just opening the wind, big ass fucking vacuum leak. Shouldn't be helping.
Alright, so there we had the engine light on the dash and the ABS light when we got the car. So here we've finished scanning it just to make sure there wasn't any major codes. Obviously we don't want to be tuning it if it's got major issues. So being a fuel trim code, we were suspicious that it was just tune related. Later in the video you'll see why we had these fuel trim codes and what we actually had to do to fix it. But while we were doing all of this, we noticed we touched the accelerator and the car made a weird noise. So it was really unusual and we weren't sure what it was. We had a good idea, but I'll let you see the next bit of the video here and show you what we found. So as Piper explained, it sounds like a duck in the back of the back left quarter of the car. That's actually the active center diff control pump on the Evos. That is a fault. As far as I'm aware, it's not meant to do that squawking. It's meant to be a consistent pressure. So in a future video, we'll go through this. So here we are just running up the car. So this is just bringing the car up to temperature, making sure all the drive line's ready to go, make sure all the straps are secure, make sure the car's running true and not going to walk off the dyno. We're also looking at the snap-on scanner plugged into the computer to see what the computer actually reads and how it reads, just so we can understand the car and let the car sort of warm up. As you can see, we're happy with everything. We didn't find any dramas. The center diff's working incorrectly. We can see the speeds between the front and the rear dyno. So we're happy with that. We just needed to plug back into the scanner, which we do here. So we've T-pieced into the map sensor for the car with the dyno's pressure gauge, and we're just supplying pressure to the map sensor to find out that the Evo's map sensor doesn't read boost pressure, whereas the dyno is reading 15 psi from the air gun. So that map sensor is purely to read vacuum, not pressure, where the MAF sensor is then reading the boost pressure and airflow for you. Here's where we started running into dramas. So those that don't have keen ears, that was a boost cut. This is a bit of an explanation of what our theory was. We've just done the first pull and it made 32 psi of boost at 4,500 RPM. Made 210 kilowatt though, but the boost wasn't stopping. So we need to work out why the boost is just going to the moon and causing it to cut, which we suspect the wastegate is dicky because we fiddled with it before because it was loose and the rod hits on the turbo housing and all sorts of weird stuff. So we need to try and free it up because it's probably getting jammed up or something along those lines. And it's all very hot down there now and I don't want to put my hand there. But yeah. All right, so here we've taken the wastegate off the boost controller. So we're going to tee in the dyno's map sensor so we can supply compressed air to the wastegate directly and see how much pressure we're supplying. So we're trying to find the point at where the wastegate cracks open to drop boost because we suspect overboosting problems at this point.
I haven't moved yet.
That's 20, 21, 23, 26, 30, 30,
Probably enough.
34.
That's probably enough for it to work. So yeah, it's literally fucking struggling off that base spring.
So those with keen ears would have heard Nick just say it's struggling to get off base spring. So what our concern was that the rod for the wastegate was hitting on the turbo housing and causing it to foul up and struggle to open. So we wanted to get it off the wastegate, the rod, so we could then test it freely without any resistance and try and work out what the spring is in the wastegate.
Oh,
It's gone now.
yep, I didn't see where that went.
Down here somewhere.
There it is. I got it. That's probably not helping.
What?
How tight it is on there.
You've got to have a little bit of preload on it.
Yeah, I suppose. So here, just
moving?
watch the little rod. We'll put a circle around in a minute, but just watch that rod move. It just moved there. And just the correlating pressure of
That
what
was
it took
20.
to open and close.
Oh, that's 40.
Oh, it's open. You start it, keep it open and then let it bleed back. So go up to like 34.
That's 19,
Keep going. There you go.
38,
That's open there and it should just slowly bleed down.
32, 30, 29,
And it's moving there.
28.
Yeah, it's starting to move back in pretty solid.
Oh, yeah. That's still 28. 25,
Yeah, we're halfway in.
24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13,
It's coming there.
12. Off. Off the fucking... Like that. Ow, the fucking radiator's hot. No, it's my other hand.
Oh, that's a you problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely... That's the last fucking thread.
And was it on 3 or 4?
2.
See much under here. I can't see, so the camera's not going to see.
You're nowhere near it. Longer. Yeah.
Yeah, after it hit the fucking ground. Yeah, that one.
Oh, it's like bending.
Yes.
You get whatever you got to do.
I've got to take the line off that. Right. You coming out this way or your way?
Your way. There you go.
Oh. Success.
Because if it was like that long, it'd be like perfect. All right, what's our plan now?
Sting.
No, this.
Oh, so it clears. So we want to elongate this hole.
Yeah, inwards.
Yes. So we've re-drilled this bottom hole so we can swing the wastegate closer because we've ran out of threads here. We were running on 2 threads and it was too tight. So hopefully with that swung, we can now wind that in further and get more adjustment, is the theory.
Unless we can fucking put a nut on, like weld two nuts together and fucking do it that way, and then just get a bolt, cut the head off the bolt and butt it up against that. Or like you said, move them all down.
Is it going to have turns issues if you move them down a little?
Nah, because it's,
Which will lift it up higher.
yeah, it's only the inlet, which is, because we're trying to swing it down. If we pull it up, it tuning.
Tuning.
Just put lots of holes. One of them will work.
Very high tech.
That comes off. I thought this was going to be the easy car to do, Nick, to be honest with you.
What's that? Just checking.
Yeah.
Look. Whatever.
I don't know, it did belong to an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah, but it drove.
Probably not in the fan trade, maybe.
He did say it drove terribly.
Can you see it?
Really hard in that fan trade.
I don't mind if it's hard against it as long as it's in there.
You got to go driver's side a little.
Yeah, I'm just trying.
Right,
Ah, that's my arm. You reckon? You can see that bolt hole's lined up.
Oh, like, it'll go.
It's up against the inlet too.
Really?
Yeah, down here.
I told you to check that. You said,
Well, I'm happy to. I can line it up. It'll go. It's just it's not going to move. But that's probably a good thing, to be honest with you. Bloody precision.
So that was the first run after we'd fixed all the adjustment issues on the wastegate, and it still hit boost cut. So here I was hopping in the car with Nick so I could watch the live data on the scan tool while he did a run, and we can try and correlate some of the data. Again, boost cut, but this time we caught that the MAF sensor ran out of puff, so then we suspected that that was the problem. This time we wanted to get an RPM reference so we could correlate the RPM with the airflow. This time we caught it, we saw what we needed to see, we were pretty bang on that it was the airflow meter. We were suspicious of one other thing being the O2 sensor because of the fuel trim codes, and we'd been having some heating issues with the heater circuit of the O2 sensor, so it was dropping out randomly. So we just wanted to unplug that sensor and do another run to rule out that as the problem causing the cuts. We didn't think it would be it, but we just wanted to test it anyway. So here's with the O2 sensor unplugged, just as a test. Again, no difference. MAF sensor cut out at the same position. At this point, we knew it's purely airflow cutting it. It's not the tune in the ECU asking for this boost pressure, because we weren't actually able to tune this car. So the previous tune that was done on this sort of prevented us from adjusting it. So we sort of were stuck between a rock and a hard place. If we couldn't get this to work, we basically would have had to pick up a Haltech or something and start from scratch and do our own tune. So here we're basically concerned that the wastegate, the electronic boost controller, has been plumbed up incorrectly. We weren't sure, but we then were checking. Nick was on Google finding the boost controller diagram. I was pulling it off, and yeah, we pretty much found that it was plumbed up incorrectly.
Yeah, so you could be on the wrong side on that, couldn't you? But port 1 is atmosphere.
Yeah, well, we're on
That one.
that's where our wastegate is at the moment.
No, it should be on that one.
So as you just heard there, the wastegate was plumbed up to atmosphere instead of the wastegate port. Long story short, doesn't work. So the wastegate was getting no boost control at the end of the day, so that was causing it to just run as much boost as a turbo could possibly do. Fixed it, put it back together. Here's the first run with the wastegate, the boost controller set up the correct way. And we have success. That was our first full rev run. Made about 23 pound of boost, 22 pound of boost. All the fueling was correct. No knocking. Timing was all good. Nick was happy with that. He was ready and done. I just said, can we do one more run just to be sure and get a recording from the back? And he was like, yep, no dramas. And yeah, here's the final run. Enjoy.
Not bad. Happy with that. Well, tune's done. We've still got the engine light, but it turns out that the O2 sensor's heater circuit is lazy, so it basically, the O2 sensor shuts off and then the car just dumps a bunch of fuel and then it reads that it's going rich and it throws an engine light. That's why the idle's a bit dicky as well. So we've got the O2 sensor picked up. We're going to fit that today. We've just driven it for about an hour and it's driving really nice. The wheel alignment, it's straight now. It ended up making 223 kilowatt and nearly 600 newton meters of torque. It's on 20-ish PSI. And yeah, so it's driving really nice now. It actually pulls the whole way through and makes cool dose noises. So yeah, happy as. Feel the wheel spin in fucking second. Fucking hell. I even spun third.
Tudo repete como se o tempo parou, tua imagem gira e nunca cessou.